Hi folks, this is Lauren from Fast Office Computer Training, here to show you how to insert a function. And we're just going to focus on a simple function right now. And the function that we're going to be inserting is the AutoSum function. And for those of you who know, it's a very simple process of clicking AutoSum in the Home tab, Editing Group, and clicking AutoSum. All right? And it shows you what it's going to sum together, and all you have to do is press Tab or Enter. Right? By the way, it's always a good idea to press Tab or Enter when you're exiting a cell, especially when you're editing a formula, so that you don't enter, because sometimes I see people clicking to get out of the cell, and what happens there is you end up inserting a formula reference. So I'll show that to you again. If you try and click out of the cell, you end up doing something like this. I can't click out. Then you just press Enter, and then you've got the wrong formula in there. All right. So just get into the habit of just pressing Tab or Enter when you're in a cell, just to get out of it. All right. Here's that formula. Let's just look at this formula. I'm just going to click on the Formulas tab up here, and in the Formula Auditing group, I'm going to here's the formula, Show Formulas. If you want to ever show what your formulas are, that's what you can do, is click Show Formulas. All right. So yeah, it's not zooming over. There we go. So here's the formula sum C5 to C8, and what this means is equals is always the beginning of a function. The function name, in this case it's sum, and every function has its own parameters. Okay, so this is a fairly simple function. The only parameters it has are sets of numbers. This is one set of numbers, and I can put in comma, and I can get another set of numbers if I want. Okay. Of course, I don't want to do that. I just want to get the sum of apples, and I can actually enter this as comma, comma, and just insert each of these separately, which you wouldn't want to do, but it would be exactly the same. So I see over here number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 in this sum function. Okay, so these are all the parameters. Okay, and I can add as many as I want. Now the comma represents, now if I just click C5 and C8, I would only get those two cells, but if I put a colon in between, I would get all the cells in between as well. Okay. So that's a function, and now I'm just going to show formulas or hide the formulas, and now I see the result. Okay, and you can see up here, oops, just let me do that again. See up here in the formula bar, this is called the formula bar that shows the formula. So here's the cell that I've got selected, which is C9. It shows the formula in the formula bar. Okay. Now I can copy and paste that here and here. So I'm just going to do that. Actually, I can just use the autofill, or if I press Control C to copy, Control V as in Victor to paste, or I can just copy and press Enter, and it copies it once, or I can use the autofill to copy that across. No matter how I do it, notice up in the formula bar the sum says D5 to D8. Now I'm just going to show the formulas so you can see the difference. Okay, so all I did was copy this from here to there and to there. All right, and notice that the reference to the C column changed to D over here and to E over there. All right, The row references didn't change. The 5 to 8, 5 to 8, 5 to 8 are the same, mainly because there wasn't any change in that part of the reference. Right? The only part that really changed when we copied it over was the column reference. That's a fairly simple formula. So basically what I wanted you to get out of this, what I hope you got out of this video, is that you see the function name. A function always, or even a formula, starts with an equals, followed by the function name, followed by a left round bracket, the formula parameters, followed by a right round bracket. You always have to have matching brackets. All right. So I'm going to enter the sum function. Actually, there's in the formulas tab I have the sum function here as well, and I'm just going to copy that down. Oops. Copy that down to here. Okay. Notice in this case the column references didn't change. What changed was the row reference. Okay. So you can think of the references as it wants 2 cells to the left to 1 cell to the left. In this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 cells above to 1 cell above. Okay, and it displays it so that we can understand as C5 to D5, C5, 6 to D6, 7, and 8. All right. So that changed automatically when I copied it. If you want to learn how to fix a cell, I'm going to come up with another video on absolute references, it's called. Okay. All right. So thanks very much for watching. I'll just show the results here. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at lauren@fastofficetraining.com.